So today I'll be reviewing Pokemon Journeys Episode 80 Trial Mission Volcarona's Golden Scales. And this was a great trial mission episode, and I really like the end with Asahi and Tsurugi, who I will talk about later, but first let's go through the episode. So the episode starts off with us seeing Tsurugi and Asahi, who are saying goodbye to Alolan Ninetales, and Tsurugi talks about finding the Pokemon Hunters, and Asahi brings up Go and mentions that he's about to take his first mission, but Tsurugi doesn't care. After that, Go finds out about his trial mission and decides to take part in the mission to find Volcarona's golden scales, so they head to the desert resort in Unova. I thought it was pretty interesting that Go had multiple options to choose from, and I wonder if that'll be the case later on. So when they arrive at the ruins, they meet the chief and ask about Volcarona, only to learn that Pokemon Hunter showed up and scared it off. After that, Ash and Go learn about the legend of Volcarona, which was pretty cool since Ash never got to come here in black and white. And this leads them to a town and a cave where a gold rush once happened. And in the cave, Go battles and catches Roggenrola and Ferrothorn with Inteleon and Cinderace. After that, Ash and Go encounter this suspicious looking guy who claims that he's looking for Volcarona too and asks if they can team up, and Go seems like he suspected something at first, but he never really acted on it. And eventually the suspicious guy reveals his true colors, and we learn that he's a Pokemon hunter and that he's after the Larvesta egg. And he ends up capturing Ash and Go temporarily, but they manage to escape and save the Larvesta eggs. But the place starts to burn down, and they send out their water-type Pokemon, and Ash's Dracovish finally makes an appearance, but that didn't really do anything, so Go ends up having to protect the eggs with his own body. But that's when we see a shiny Larvesta come out to save Go from a burning log, and it evolves into the shiny Volcarona with the golden scales, and it absorbs all the flames and then rains golden scales that Go needs to pass the trial. After that, they leave the cave and they end up getting ambushed by the Pokemon Hunters who want to steal their Pokemon and capture Volcarona. But Asahi shows up in the coolest way ever and calls the Pokemon Hunters pitiful, and then Tsurugi comes out and says that the Pokemon aren't to blame and tells the Hunters to zip it. And then Asahi says let's get started and says I'll take those three, and then she and Tsurugi both send out Urshifu to finish off the Hunters with Wicked Blow and Surging Strikes. And I always knew she was going to have a rapid style Urshifu. It was my prediction since when I first saw her design, so seeing her with one was pretty hype and cool. After that, Asahi confirms that Go cleared the mission, and with her blue Pokédex, she gives him a token and says that he'll need to collect a lot more in order to pass. And I thought it was pretty interesting that she said he'll need a lot more but didn't give him a specific number, because that means that there's no time limit as of right now and there aren't a set number of missions, which means that the Project Mew arc could last us the rest of the series, similar to the World Championship. So we can probably expect the Gary and Go to team up at some point before the real mission to catch Mew starts, which would make for a pretty cool special. So after that, Go says that he needed to be saved again, but Tsurugi says that he didn't have to be saved, they just dealt with the Pokemon Hunters, and Asahi tells him to get ready for next time, and that pretty much wraps up the episode. This was a pretty good episode. All of the Project Mew episodes have been pretty solid so far. My favorite parts of this episode were seeing the shiny Larvesta evolve into Volcarona, and the ending with Asahi and Tsurugi showing up, and Asahi having her rapid style Urshifu. One thing I noticed while watching this episode was the focus they put on Tsurugi when it comes to his dislike of Pokemon Hunters, and Asahi made note of his reaction to Alolan Ninetales, and we also saw him ask about where the Pokemon Hunters were, not to mention the fact that they came after the Pokemon Hunters in the end of the episode. So I'm really hoping that we get to see a Tsurugi flashback later on in the Project Mew arc. Overall, I'll give this episode a 9 out of 10. Let me know what you thought of this episode in the comment section below. Be sure to like, subscribe, and share. Thanks for watching, and bye.